on with the grandfather. Now, if I may interest you in a ride and turn.
Yeah, why not? I tell everybody these Terminators are still ain't to be with, man. They still got it.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. I go by the name of Solo. Welcome back to Solo Driven. As you can tell by the title, we're gonna be checking out a Shelby GT350 because I'm in the market for a new car. Wait, what? Now, do not attempt this with a closed garage door at home. I only do this to kind of let the RPM settle. That way it won't be as loud for my neighbors. It's pretty early. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning right now. Man, I am still pretty amazed at how well this car drives with the solid axle nice and buttoned up now. Just brings a smile to my face. The best upgrade as of yet that I've done to this car. All right, now that we have the Cobra parked, we're gonna go to a discreet location. That way we can show off the car. All right, guys, so without further ado, let me introduce you to the Shelby GT350 in Orange Fury. Alright guys, so here you have it, the 2019 Shelby GT350 in Orange Fury. Check out that color. I mean, the camera does not do it justice. It's actually a little deeper. The camera is adjusting right now in tone. There it goes, it kind of adjusted right now. That's really actually what it looks like in real life. Now this is a very rare combination here. Orange Fury with the beautiful white stripes, and we're here with my guy Roland, who had allowed us to check out his car and do a nice little review on it. Man, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing good, Solo. It's finally nice meeting you.
Thank you, bro. Now I gotta ask you, why the Shelby GT350? What got you into Mustangs?
Well, the Mustangs is easy. My cousin Jesse, I'll give him credit, about 25 years ago, he was a Mustang guy. His father was a Ford guy in general, so he pushed me in that direction. This is the third one I've had. First one was a white Fox body, 5.0, 5-speed. Had that
three, and I'm barely on my first one.
Hey, he just got to get his game up a little bit, right? Well, my second was an 02, very similar to Solo's Cobra, but it was not a Cobra, but I love that car anyway. Had that one in 02 to 2017, you heard that right, for 15 years. Just been a Mustang guy. When I first heard that they were gonna have this car, when they were leaking it, when they were talking about it, I was just, there was nothing like it. I was like, that's got to be the one. I literally built Shelby GT350s at my office, sorry boss, on the computer multiple times a day, every day for about 5 years. When I was building, for the longest time, it was lead foot gray because this wasn't a color option just yet. So I was really going to that lead foot because I had that mineral gray 02, so the familiarity is there. And even grabber blue. Once the 18-year model came out, this was when the color came out.
19, 19,
2018 and 2019 is Orange Fury. The actual name is Orange Fury Metallic Tri-Coat. Okay. And it was a 2-year paint option. Actually, it was a $495 option.
Yeah, which is a very uncommon color. I mean, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. I can only imagine. Look at the camera adjusting to the color. Like, that's crazy. I can only imagine how much higher in demand this car will be in the future as time progresses, because this thing is what was it? 154 made.
The total run of the numbers that you and I are talking about. The total color numbers was 154 in Orange Fury between 2018 and 2019. However, in my particular year model was a total of 16. 16. And the R model, which this is not the R model, was a total of 2.
Wow. So that's a pretty rare spec right here. Only 16 of these made total for the year of 2019, and only 2 in the R spec. Let's go through the car and show me exactly how you piece together this beautiful car.
Of course it's gonna have the white stripes on it. That was number 1. I also wanted the carbon fiber dash.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I actually spec'd out of, and a lot of people have an issue with this, I spec'd out of the Recaros into the sport leather seats, because these are climate controlled. These are heated and cool.
Yeah.
And we live in Texas. So,
yeah, we need a little bit of some of that cool.
AC, you know? That AC was one. So when 19 and 20 came up, they went the other direction. They put this big spoiler here, and
which allows nice airflow for better downforce.
And in addition, what I have with the handling package is what they call the gurney flap. So this is just to add just a touch more downforce for tracking.
And another thing is that these vented fenders here are functional. All these vents and everything, they're actually functional. This is just not for look. This car is 1 inch wider than your standard Mustang GT. 4 inches?
4 inches wider.
What? Okay.
Front half. Okay.
Yeah, the front half.
So so basically speaking, from the hood and the side fenders forward, this car is 4 inches wider than a Mustang GT.
Okay, see, man, that's crazy. That's another fun fact. I thought it was just 1 inch. Yeah, it's redesigned from all the other standard Mustangs, and even with the grille, I believe they
narrowed that from the first generation. They narrowed that to give more airflow to go through.
Yeah.
So you can technically call that the R front end, because that's how every R model front end was, with a narrower intake for the cooling.
I know that they did also narrowed it down to prevent to help with the airlift, because they were having a little bit of airlift in the front, and they narrowed it.
Yeah, it's like I said, a majority for cooling, but like you're right, to help with some of the
the chin spoiler right here is much smaller than the R model, but this is all designed to help with the airlift, and everything here is absolutely functional. And this is what we were talking about and addressing right here. As you can see, the front grille has a very small opening here for airflow, and also to help with that airlift. All right, let's get down to the nitty and gritty and talk about this motor. So this comes equipped with a 5.2 liter flat plank crank V8 that is pushing 526 naturally aspirated horsepower. This is really the one that kind of changed the game.
I believe so, yeah.
As far as, you know, the newer style V8s. I mean, I want to say, okay, I'm going to say a bold statement right here. Please do not hate me for this, but this car alone is the reason why we have that beautiful Corvette C8 Z06. This car is designed for circuit track racing. You don't really need all that power as opposed to something that's a drag style built car. So horsepower is really not that big of a factor when it comes to tracking a car. You're gonna get those numbers with suspension, tires, and all the supporting modifications when it comes to circuit tracking a car. So this is what this is designed for.
And if I could add on to what Solo's saying, this car here was benchmarked it against BMW M-Class and Porsche. So it really was always meant to be more of an autocrosser and more of a road car in that sense.
Right. Yeah, a lot of car companies, it's a very exciting time right now, because Corvette with the new C8 Z06, that's a very impressive car. Even this car, to this day, very impressive car. And a lot of track cars being made from production, and even drag monsters like the Demon and all that. So very exciting time.
They got Super Stock is the new one, right? That's kind of what Dodge is pushing out. The Super Stock is kind of their other track car. Yeah, I think they have one called Super Stock. And I believe it's kind of taking the place sort of like what you said, a Demon.
Nice.
Similar.
Yeah.
My cousin, he's a Mopar guy, so.
Yeah. All right, so enough talk about this car. Let's go take this car out for a drive and do a bit of a spirited driving. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's the valves open. before we go on some spirited driving, we're gonna go ahead and fuel up real quick, because one thing we don't want to do is definitely run out of fuel. That suspension is impressive. I know for sure I can't do that in a Terminator. That thing is going straight and straight only. Man, this thing is handling crazy on a curve. Just the sound of that V8, man. That high revving V8 is just bar none.
You hit 8250.
How fast do you think we were hitting them corners?
I'll do that the speed over at 90.
I'll make sure to block that out, but
yeah, we're at 90.
It's pretty crazy.
We're only at 5,000 RPM right there.
Yeah.
It's safe for this car.
A whole nother 3 to go.
Keeping up with you and out handling you in the corner. So.
Oh, I love that.
And when it's cold,
I like that little pop. Yeah.
And like I said, it's an oddball flat plane, even versus a normal flat plane. This is more of an oddball, all for that sound here.
Right.
Nothing more. Because they actually hurt the actual high RPM, because the super fast will actually max out at 8,500 RPM, the Ferrari. And that thing, if I'm not mistaken, it should have the same type of crank. So all of this that Ford did was for that sound.
V8, baby. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, but y'all have no idea how crazy that feels going around these corners.
Not what it's doing, is how it does it.
Yeah.
You know, there's plenty of cars faster than this. You've been in cars way faster than this. But this guy's just doing something a little bit different, that's all.
totally different experience. If you really look at the environment that we are in right now, these are very curvy roads, and you're adapting to what it was made for. You're taking this car out to the environment and conditions that it was designed to do. That's why the experience is just that much better right now. The only car that I've been in that had this type of handling capability was a Mazda Speed 6. All-wheel drive, I don't remember the engine specs, but it's turbo V6.
It was a turbo with 260.
Yeah, and that thing handled very nicely. And this is a rear-wheel drive car. And to feel the improvement in the suspension with technology is crazy.
Some tires that everybody hates, they stick, they grab. People hate them sport cups, but they were grabbing.
Yep.
They were grabbing.
Hey, we ain't dead. Even though I'm quiet right now, I'm trying to be behind these clips, I have a huge smile on my face.
That's your 8,000 right there.
Woo!
The fastest, but we can move. We're moving, you know. So I think the horsepower numbers in general, a lot of people get tied up in that. What's the numbers and what's the? And I'm not knocking anybody.
And they don't understand the fundamentals of tracking.
It's like, what do you want out of it, right? Like this car's like a GT500 Hellcat. They're making obscene amounts of power, fantastic. But let's be real, if you don't have your setup just perfect, you're gonna waste a lot of that on wheel spin, you know. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, I bet you it's something to have those high horsepower cars, and I'm not knocking that. But for what this car does and how I drive it, that's all the power I need.
Yeah,
I love it. It's everything I want in a car for me.
Right.
You know, so.
It's like, now I get it.
Right.
Now I get why tracking circuit track is so fun. Get a little bit of everything when you're doing this type of driving. This person's losing more control than you are. They get nervous, they see you creeping up that fast.
I think so, yeah.
Control, they get nervous and then they start swerving off. Like, just pay attention,
like
we got it.
Carry land, man, looking at that bright light. It's fun, dude, it is. It's too easy to do that. I flex, it's just too easy. I'm not doing it. The car's like, hey, just hold on. Wow. It really is the car doing it. I'm just like saying, go there, and the car's like, yeah, like this.
I mean, everything always feels different in the passenger side. It always feels like
my wife says that all the time. She's doing all this.
Yeah. And I feel pretty good on this side, even though it's just because I'm new to taking corners at that speed. But I still feel good. I know that the car is very capable. I can only imagine what it feels like.
And the problem in that, and it's no bullshit, is it's too deceptive because you f up bad.
Yeah.
You know, the car is so good, a bad driver like me feels confident. You know what I mean? And I'm not a horrible driver, but I'm not. I don't push this car nearly how she can be pushed. Right. So if you're marginal, you will f up because you get overconfident. You know, because the car takes care of everything. But you know, it'll do it.
Oh, that rev matching. What's he thinking?
Hey man, I'm trying.
By the way, that's not automatic. Rev match. That's the driver doing it.
If I'm in a bad mood, I'm not in a bad mood anymore. And if I'm in a good mood, I'm in a better mood. And it sounds so funny, right? Because it's just a car. Yeah, but it's not just a car. You know, it's not just a car. And if you're a person that says it's just a car, then you're not a car person, right? So you're not supposed to understand. You won't. So.
Ah, man, what an incredible car. What an incredible just experience overall. Look at that thing. On with the grandfather. Now, if I may interest you in a ride in the turn.
Yeah, why not? And this, dude, back then when there was nothing like this shit, dude. Can you imagine dudes in Corvettes and Lambos and shit, just like fucking that guy? And I already lost track.
So yeah, man, what do you think?
That's something else. Like I told you, it's one of my bucket lists. I was a younger man when these came out 20 years ago, and I wanted one in the worst way. I've been telling, I don't know how many times I wanted one of these in the worst way, and then to be in one, and just to feel that supercharger and all that, it takes me back to being a kid. And it really, really makes me regret not having a better job. I've been able to buy one back in 2002. It really does. It checks one off of the bucket list, man, because these things are timeless, they're classic. Like I said, I'm a Ford guy, I'm a Mustang guy, I have no problem saying that.
Yeah.
And this one here is probably the baddest, or one of the top 3 baddest Mustangs ever made.
Not too bad for a 20-year-old car.
Not too bad for a 20-year-old car.
I want to thank you for allowing me to take a drive with you and giving me that experience. You're a solid dude, man, so I really appreciate it. So if you want to follow him, I'll leave his link for his Instagram down below so you can keep up with the car. He posts nice pictures on there.
I guess I didn't post enough, so they changed mine. So mine's SNKB-TTN.
Okay, and I'll leave a link down in the description below. I mean, come on. I honestly have never been in an S550 platform, a Mustang, let alone a Voodoo powered one. So it was nice to experience that. Just truly a well-built car by Ford. So huge shout out to Roland. Thank you for taking me out on that ride, man. It was a great experience and pretty crazy to feel those corners. Now getting down to the bottom of making a new purchase, what do you guys think? Do you think I should go with a Shelby GT350 or anything along that price range? Let me know in the comment section below what we should go with. And the reason that I am considering a new car is because, you know, this car, we're getting ready to go 700 rear wheel horsepower. Though this car is still proven to this day, and the Camaro is a very impressive NA motor as well, I kind of just want to step away from somewhat of the older generation. I want to experience something new because I've gotten the opportunity to drive a Scat Pack and also now ride in a Shelby GT350, and hands down the Shelby was a very, very nice experience. You know, as far as like tracking a car, I get it now. You know, that stuff is, you know, pretty fun. So I kind of want to step away from the older generations. I want to experience, you know, the new technology that all the cars have available nowadays. So let me know in the comment section below some suggestions. I mean, the Shelby GT350, I was pretty impressed with that car so far, but again, let me know. But anyways, guys, that's gonna end today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button to support, and remember, be motivated, stay driven.